that change us forever. This is one of them. Welcome to How I Met Jesus. I was tired of the whispers, the stares, tired of coming to this well alone when the sun was at its hottest. It was easier that way. No women to avoid, no judgmental looks, just me and the silence of the desert. But that day, something was different. Someone was there. A man, a Jew, sitting by the well, as if waiting for something or someone. I kept my head down, hoping that he would ignore me, but then he spoke. "Give me a drink." I froze. No Jewish man had ever spoken to me before, let alone asked for water. I looked up, expecting a mockery, but his eyes, they weren't like the others. They held no condemnation, only something I could quite understand. "You're asking me for a drink?" I scoffed. A Jewish man speaking to a Samaritan woman? But he wasn't offended. Instead, he leaned forward slightly and said, "If you knew who was asking you for water, you would ask him and he would give you living water." Living water? I laughed. "Sir, you have nothing to draw with, and this well is deep. Where can you get this living water?" He smiled. "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst." Something in me stirred, a longing I couldn't explain. "Sir, give me this water." I found myself saying, my voice barely a whisper. And then he spoke words no stranger should have known. He told me my story, my shame, my broken past, and yet there was no judgment in his voice, only truth and love. "I know that the Messiah is coming," I whispered. "When he comes, he will explain everything." And then, with the gentlest authority, he said, "I am he." My heart pounded. Could it be? Could this man truly be the one? I left my jar and I ran through the streets, past the same people I once avoided, shouting, come and see who told me, come and see the man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah?" They stared, shocked. Was this the same woman who once hid in shame? And yet they followed me, one by one. The people of my town came to see him, to hear his words, and many believed. Because of one moment, one conversation, my life was never the same, and neither was my town. Before him, I was one way. After him, another. This man, Jesus. John 4:42. They said to the woman, "We no longer believe just because of what you said. Now we have heard for ourselves, and we now know that this man really is the Savior of the world." If this story spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And join me next time for another life-changing encounter with Jesus. I've been your host, Miss Lola.